So it's sweet. We have vanilla, we have tonka here, because every time I wear this fragrance, I always get compliments. I can't get enough of this fragrance. It's so gorgeous. This is for someone who likes to command attention. This is for someone who likes to be the center of the show, period. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Giselle, I review perfumes. Welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you're one of my loyal returning subscribers. I know it's been a minute, but in the blink of an eye, we're in February. So today is time to film. Now seriously, I was super duper busy, family life, the holidays, work. Honestly, it was a completely unintentional break. I never thought about taking a break, but it happened to be at the end of the year. I'm really happy that I can get back, and I really enjoy doing this, guys, and the connection I have. I have a very active account on Instagram, but I always felt that the engagement and the connection here on YouTube, it's way more genuine and deeper in a certain way. So yeah, I'm here again, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Today's all about Valentine's Day. I have 10 fragrances that I think you're gonna love. Grab a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, because you'll be here with me for a while. So without further ado, let's get into them. The first fragrance I have on my list today, and this is in no particular order, is Can't Get Enough by INITIO. Seriously, they couldn't have chosen a better name. I can't get enough of this fragrance. It's so gorgeous. Spoiler alert, it is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. This is a different take on the typical rose. Has nothing to do with atomic rose. And even if you don't like rose in perfumery, you might still like or even love this fragrance. It's a soft floral gourmand. It has caramel, it has vanilla, it has tonka. So those notes make the fragrance very addictive, but it's not a gourmand scent. It has caramel. Caramel, I think, is the most prominent. However, it's not a caramel fragrance. This is a rose fragrance, but it's a different take. This is a very modern rose. It's not a typical rosy rose. This is different. It's very, very beautiful. It is a very solid release. I love it. It's super long lasting. It lasts forever. I think it lasts 24/7. Seriously, this is one of the longest lasting fragrances I have now in my entire collection. It is very, very long lasting. It projects incredibly well in the first couple of hours, but it never sits close to the skin. So this never becomes a skin scent. It's a very romantic fragrance, very sensual. I think it's perfect for this time of the year. I think it's an all year round type of scent. However, I think that when temperatures are so low, look through my window, we've been buried in snow. But yeah, I think this fragrance, although it's an all year round type of scent, I think that cold weather is its season. I think it's a great fragrance for Valentine's Day. It's very romantic, very sexy, super sensual, very alluring, and I think this is a 10 out of 10. If you get a chance, please try Can't Get Enough by INITIO. The next fragrance I have on my list for Valentine's Day is Jasmin Rouge by Tom Ford. This fragrance is nothing new. It's been around forever. It belongs to Tom Ford's private blend, and it's one of the best jasmine fragrances ever created. I think this perfume truly is a masterpiece. And what I like about this fragrance in particular is that usually jasmine fragrances do better in warmer weather, like they are more spring summer type of scents. However, I think Jasmin Rouge is actually the opposite. It does well, and it performs even better in colder weather, and the colder the better. It's very deep, very intoxicating, very indolic. This is a heady type of jasmine. However, the indoles here are not animalic. Indoles are chemical compounds found in white flowers like orange blossom, jasmine, tuberose, gardenia, you name it. And sometimes indoles can be animalic, which it's a turn off for many people, including myself. I usually don't like indolic fragrances. However, this one is a winner and a keeper for life. It's a very sensual fragrance, very velvety, very deep, very dark, but dark in the best possible way. I think if this fragrance had been created by Kilian, he would have included Jasmin Rouge in his narcotic line because it is very narcotic, which is also another characteristic of white flowers. They tend to be very deep, velvety, indolic, narcotic. This is exactly what Jasmin Rouge is, and the main reason why I wanted to include it in this list, because this type of scent profile makes the fragrance very sensual and perfect for date night. So I think this makes a great fragrance for Valentine's Day. I get around 6 to 8 hours of lasting power, and it has an incredible projection the entire time this fragrance stays on your skin. So the next fragrance I have on my list today is for my gourmand lovers. It's called Perte. This is a collaboration with Sens. They sent me a bunch of samples, so with no obligation to post, they just wanted me to test them. And this one to me was a standout. As you probably know, I'm not a gourmand girly, but I like my gourmand scents. However, not when they are extremely gourmand or when they cross into the bakery territory, which is this case. So this is a fragrance I wouldn't buy for myself. However, I think it's an amazing perfume for those out there who love extreme gourmand scents. I think the concept is beautiful. I'm going to share with you in a second. It's 100% a gourmand. This is edible, like edible. If you have little kids in the house, be careful because this is 100% edible. Oh my gosh, this is literally like eating a cake. In fact, the founder, and this is what I wanted to share with you, she's a gourmand lover, and she envisioned this fragrance as a 3-layer cake where each layer has a very distinctive flavor, which in this case, of course, we're talking about perfume, so we are not talking about flavors, we're talking about scents. But yeah, the 3-layer cake was her inspiration. I'm gonna post the video here. This is how she envisioned this perfume. It's very buttery, extremely sweet, very Biscoff-like. I smell like a very sweet custard. Imagine a very sugary sweet custard drizzled over a very spongy vanilla cake. This is exactly how this smells to me. As I said, this is not the type of fragrances I usually buy for myself, but I wanted to include it in this video because I think it's very romantic, it's very girly, very feminine. I think there's a huge audience out there for this type of fragrances, and it's really well done. It's not tacky, it doesn't smell cheap or like room spray or like candles or anything like that. Within its category, I think it's an amazing fragrance. And you can buy different sizes. This is a 5 ml size, but you can get 1, 2, or even 10, which is a travel size, basically. Thank you so much, Sens for sending me this scents. I'll review some of my other standouts in my next videos, but for today, Perte is the one I wanted to share with you. Moving on, guys, the next one on my list is my baby Last in Paradise. I love this fragrance. Every time I have a chance, I talk about this fragrance. I started talking about it when it wasn't even known out there. No one talked about this fragrance, and I remember I started raving about it, and this is my second bottle, and I think I will never stop buying it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really happy more and more people are talking about it and buying this fragrance because it's absolutely incredible. It's very angelic, super feminine. It exudes feminine energy in every single drop. It's so gorgeous. It's very aquatic, and mind you, when I say aquatic, I'm not saying marine or ozonic. Usually I prefer to say watery, but some people think that watery, it's like watered down. No, it's not the same thing. I prefer to use the term watery because when we say aquatic, usually tend to be associated with masculine scents or colognes. That's why I usually try to be very careful when describing an aquatic scent. Aquatic in the sense of dewy, very watery, not in the sense of marine, salty, ozonic. I hope you get my point. Very dewy, very angelic, as I was saying, very sheer, very translucent. It has a really good lasting power considering its category. It's a soft fragrance. It's very princess-like, it's very girly, but very refined, very chic, very sophisticated. It's a very elevated scent. It's absolutely stunning. It has peonies, it has lychee, hence the aquatic component. It also has cedar, it has musk. Very delicate scent, but honestly, I think it projects way more than I thought it did, because every time I wear this fragrance, I always get compliments, and not necessarily from people that are next to me. So I think it projects really well. And what I can tell you, what I have to give kudos for is the sillage, the trail that this fragrance leaves. It's actually remarkable because it lingers in the air. It's very sheer, very translucent, but it lingers in the air for I don't know how long. It's really, really remarkable. The next fragrance on my list for Valentine's Day is Carmina by Creed. Carmina is regal, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's a rose, cherry, saffron fragrance. Those three notes are very, very prominent. Even I don't even have to spray it. The moment I pull the lid off, I can smell those three notes. So it opens with a pretty prominent, dark, juicy, jammy cherry. I can smell the rose. I can also smell the saffron, but cherry here is the star of the show. It's what you get first. Then, as the fragrance transitions, you'll start getting more and more of the rose, and by the time it settles down, you'll be able to pick the three of them: the cherry, the rose, and the saffron. It's such a beautiful combo. This is very dark. This is for someone who likes to command attention. This is for someone who likes to be the center of the show, period. This is not for the faint of heart. However, it's not an aggressive fragrance. It's not intrusive. It's bold, it's unapologetic, but it's not intrusive. It's pretty quiet, I would say, but it reflects confidence. This fragrance is for a very confident person, for someone who knows their value, and for someone who likes to get compliments nonstop. If you don't like compliments, which I doubt, but if you don't like compliments, don't wear Carmina. Very beautiful fragrance. It lasts about 6 to 8 hours on my skin with moderate projection in the first couple hours, and then the fragrance settles a little bit, but it never becomes a skin scent. You'll be projecting this beautiful, beautiful scent all the time for as long as it remains on your skin or clothes, if you spray on your clothes. So one thing I wanted to point out here is that the rose we have in Carmina, it's a very jammy, deep, dark, almost burgundy rose. And the cherry here, guys, doesn't smell like cough syrup. That's a very important point, at least if you're like me, because this is my struggle with many cherry fragrances we have on the market. This one is not. This is cherry. You smell the cherry, but you smell, it's like the fruit. It's like you're smelling the fruit. If you can imagine a very ripe, juicy cherry, this is what you get here. Stunning perfume. This is a type of fragrance I would pay more if it cost more. I absolutely love it. I think it's a perfect option for Valentine's Day. Very sexy, very sensual fragrance. Carmina by Creed. So the next fragrance on my list is Divina by Paradis de Sens. I can't stop raving about this perfume. It's so stunning, guys. It's very similar to Rouge Malachite. I like this one even better, and that's a lot to say because I love Rouge Malachite. It's a lifer, keeper for life, but so is this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. Equally feminine, equally sensual. I don't know why no one talks about this perfume because it's absolutely stunning. Among all the fragrances I have tried from this house, this one and Ecstasy, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name. Yeah, it's the blue bottle. This one is my favorite. It's absolutely gorgeous, very sensual. This, honestly, it's very similar to Rouge Malachite. Not only vibes, but scent-wise, they are similar. They are not the same, of course, but they do share similarities. This one doesn't have tuberose. And again, in perfumery, you can create anything and everything. So tell me how these two fragrances can be similar when this is tuberose forward and this doesn't even have tuberose in the composition. But they are quite similar. This one is brighter, more luminous, I would say, while Rouge Malachite, it's creamier because Divina has citruses in the opening. It has mandarin and it has orange. So we have that sweet, zesty component in the opening, which makes this fragrance very bright and very, very luminous, as I said. Incredibly beautiful, super sensual, super sensual. It's sweet. We have vanilla, we have tonka here. It's a floral gourmand, as I said when I introduced this fragrance. It has vanilla, it has tonka, so we do have that gourmand component that Rouge Malachite doesn't have. However, again, they are similar and they have similar vibes. I would put them in the same category, and I wear these two for the same type of events or occasions. It's very ambery, very resinous. We have benzo in here, so it is a very resinous fragrance. It's spicy, also very velvety, very creamy, Wow, super voluptuous, very intoxicating, very addictive, super sensual. As I said, I can't rave enough about Divina. It lasts about 10 hours, if not more, on my skin. Every time I wear this fragrance, I usually wear it for nights out, or especially date nights. And every time when I come back home, I can still smell it in my room, like 2-3 hours later. Incredible projection, incredible sillage, lasting power, 10 hours plus, and the scent is absolutely glorious. I recommended this fragrance to people who don't like Rouge Malachite, and they loved it. So even though they are similar, they are different enough. I would love for you to try it and share your thoughts with me. This was Divina by Paradis de Sens. The next fragrance on my list that I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day is Rouge Malachite by Armani Privé. Nothing new again, but it doesn't have to be new to be good, right? So gorgeous. Rouge Malachite is another indolic fragrance. I put Rouge Malachite in the same category as Jasmine Rouge, but I tell you more. This fragrance not only has jasmine, but it also has tuberose and orange blossom, being tuberose at the start of the show here. This perfume is very tuberose forward, and funny enough, I don't like tuberose. And all of you who have been following me for a while know that I struggle with tuberose. But I always say you can't rule out a fragrance just because there's one note that you don't like. Everything boils down to the composition as a whole, and this is prime example. I don't like tuberose. This is a tuberose forward fragrance. However, I love it. And I'll keep buying this perfume for as long as Armani decides to produce it. Super sensual, very feminine, super velvety, voluptuous, very intoxicating. Wow, indulge on stairs here. It smells very luxurious, very expensive smelling. This perfume can totally fit a video about fragrances that smell expensive. It is an expensive fragrance, but it smells even more expensive than it is. Very luxurious. As I was saying, it is very intoxicating, and this is part of the magic of indoles. All white flowers have indoles in their biochemistry, but tuberose and jasmine, gardenia also, but mainly tuberose and jasmine, have indoles in the highest amount. So it's no surprise that this fragrance is so intoxicating, so feminine, so voluptuous, and so sensual. The next fragrance that I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day is Can't Stop Loving You by Kilian. I don't have this fragrance, I just have a sample, but I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day, and that's why I wanted to review it with you. It's beautiful. I really find this one very similar to Love Don't Be Shy, the original one. It's not so similar to the Extreme Flanker, but it's very similar to the OG. The main difference I would say is that this one is stronger in orange blossom. This is an orange blossom honey vanilla fragrance. The sweetness here comes from the honey. So the honey note, it's pretty prominent. It's slightly gooey as well. It gives a little bit of texture. But yeah, it's quite similar to Love Don't Be Shy. I think the original Love Don't Be Shy, it's more girly, so to speak. Both are timeless and ageless. However, I think this one, it's for a little bit more mature audience. And I'm not saying vintage or anything like that, but compared to the original Love Don't Be Shy, which I find very girly, I think, yeah, this targets a more mature audience. Well, Love Don't Be Shy, it's for a younger crowd. But both of them are completely ageless, to be honest. I tried this fragrance for the first time at Sephora, and I'm also testing this sample, and I get around 5 hours of lasting power. It has a very beautiful sillage. The sillage is pretty sweet, pretty sugary, but ethereal. And I get around 5 hours of lasting power with a very beautiful sheer sillage. I think it's a very beautiful scent for Valentine's Day, and it's very versatile. You can wear it to brunch, to lunch, or to go out to dinner. I think it's a very romantic scent, very feminine, very sophisticated, as everything Kilian does. So I think it's definitely worth trying. At the very least, worth trying. So I think if you like the original Love Don't Be Shy or Love Don't Be Shy Extreme, I think you're also gonna love Can't Stop Loving You. What a name. Perfect for Valentine's Day. So the next one on my list is Delina, but also Delina exclusive. I know there's nothing I could say that hasn't already been said. However, I can't imagine filming a video for Valentine's Day without at least mentioning the 𝙿𝙧𝙖𝙀, especially these two. I also love 𝙿𝙧𝙖 La Rosé, but for Valentine's Day, I think these two are the perfect ones. Beautiful scents, both are very feminine. They do live up to the hype. I love both. The original 𝙿𝙧𝙖𝙀, I think it's a little bit softer. It has lychee, as you probably know, which gives that dewy component. And it also has rhubarb, which gives a little bit of a tanginess to the fragrance. The 𝙿𝙧𝙖𝙀 Exclusive also has lychee, but it doesn't have rhubarb. It has pear, which makes the fragrance very, very juicy. It's sweeter because it doesn't have the rhubarb that kind of balances out the sweetness. And it also has bergamot, which gives that citrusy, sparkly opening. Both of them have Turkish rose in the heart. Both are rose fragrances, but I would call the 𝙿𝙧𝙖𝙀 rose fragrances for non-rose lovers, because even if you like rose in fragrances and you try this too, you might like them or not, because they don't truly represent the rose. The rose here has a lot of makeup, so I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just trying to describe the fragrances. These are two rose fragrances, but it's a very different take on the rose note. The 𝙿𝙧𝙀 Exclusive is super powdery, like baby powder, not like all compact case type of powder. You probably tried 𝙿𝙧𝙀 at this point, so that's why I said there's nothing I could say that hasn't already been said. But I couldn't film a video for Valentine's Day without including these two sisters. And the last one for today is the Wedding Silk Santal by Kayali. This was the fragrance that Mona Kattan wore on her wedding day. It's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I didn't like it at the beginning. It wasn't love at first sniff, and I'm glad I gave this fragrance a chance, because fast forward a few months later, I started liking it and liking it more and more, to a point that now I bought a backup bottle because I can't imagine not having it in my collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very feminine, very sweet, sugary. It's like you can almost feel the sugar crystals texture. It's very bubbly, very fizzy in the opening, silky smooth. It has sandalwood as well, which gives creaminess. It's a really, really nice creation. I'm not a fan of the ultra girly, yummy, super gourmand scents, but this one is different. I wouldn't say this is a gourmand fragrance. It has something gourmand to it that makes it addictive. I can't tell for sure what that is. It's probably the pink praline. This fragrance has sparkling champagne, white freesia, pink praline, nectarine, sandalwood, and sugar musk. It's a very sugary scent, but it's done in a very classy, tasteful way. Very beautiful. As I said, I got a backup bottle. I love it. Originally, this fragrance was supposed to be a limited edition, but then Kayali decided to relaunch it, and now it seems to be a staple, which I'm grateful for. Another thing I wanted to mention is that if you are into layering, this fragrance layers beautifully with Vanilla 28, also by Kayali, and Déjà Vu. Déjà Vu is one of the first 4 that Kayali launched. It's a gardenia patchouli fragrance, absolutely stunning. So it layers beautifully with Déjà Vu and with Vanilla 28. So in case you want to check them out, I'll leave all this information down in the description box. So yeah, this was the Wedding Santal by Kayali. So guys, this was it for today. Thank you so much for staying with me until the very end. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't let you know I was taking a break, because as I said at the beginning, it wasn't planned. But now I'm back, and I hope I'll be able to be more consistent with my videos. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if that's the case and you're new here, I will really, really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.